Here we're doing lesson 8.3, which is multiplying polynomials. We use what's called the FOIL method when we have two binomials that we're multiplying together. And what it means is it tells you the order of your multiplication. So FOIL stands for first, which means first terms. So you would multiply the first terms of each binomial together. Then you have outer, which is multiplying the two outer terms of the binomials. And then you have inner, which is multiplying the two inner terms of the binomials. And then you have last, which is multiplying both of the second terms of the binomials together. So we're going to use the FOIL method for a lot of these problems. So here we have 3m plus 4 times m plus 5. First would mean you multiply 3m times m, so our first two terms, this one and this one. Then you have outer, which is going to be the 3m times the 5. Then you have inner, which is 4 times m. And I'm knowing to add them all because you have two addition signs here. Then you have last, which is the 4 times the 5. So that's 20, or 4 times 5. So if I simplify this a little bit more, I have 3m times m, which is 3m squared, plus 3m times 5, which is 15m, plus 4m, plus 20. And then we can combine like terms if they have the same variables and exponents. So we have 3m squared plus 19m plus 20. And that would be my final answer. So we're going to do a lot of practice with this. So first, 5y times y. Outer, 5y times 8. Inner, 2 times y, or negative 2 times y. And last, negative 2 times 8. So we multiply 5y times y, which is 5y squared. We get 5y times 8, which is 40y. Negative 2 times y, which is negative 2y. And negative 2 times 8, which is negative 16. And we can combine the 40y minus the 2y. So you will notice that you can almost always combine the inner and the outer terms. So 5y squared plus 38y minus 16, and that would be your answer. Here we go again. So first, x times x, outer, x times negative 4, inner, x times 3, or 3 times x, and last, 3 times negative 4. So you have x squared plus negative 4x plus 3x plus negative 12. You can combine these two terms to get x squared minus 1x, or just x, minus 12. And that would be your answer. Here's another one. 4b times 3b. So first, and then outer, 4b times 2. Then inner, negative 5 times 3b. And last, negative 5 times 2. So we have 12b squared plus 8b minus 15b minus 10, or 12b squared minus 7b, because we combine these two, minus 10. And that would be my answer. Here's another one. First, 2y times y. Outer, 2y times negative 6. Inner, negative 5 times y, and last, negative 5 times negative 6. So you get 2y squared minus 12y minus 5y plus 30. So 2y squared minus 17y plus 30. And that would be my answer. Here's another one. 5a times 3a is going to give me my first term. Then you have outer, 5a times negative 4, inner, 2 times 3a, and last, 2 times negative 4. So you have 15a squared minus 20a plus 6a minus 8, or 15a squared minus 14a, combine these two, minus 8. Here we have 2 terms times 3 terms, so we're almost going to use the distributive property but a little bit adjusted. So what we have to do is we have to distribute the first term times each of the 3 terms after that, and then the second term of the binomial times the 3 terms after that. So we're going to take the 3x and distribute it to all these terms first. So we have 3x times 2x squared plus 3x times 7x minus 3x times 8. Then we have to distribute the negative 5 to each part. So we have negative 5 times 2x squared plus negative 5 times 7x minus negative 5 times 8. So if we start multiplying these all out, we're going to multiply first and then combine like terms. So we have 3x times 2x squared. For the first term, that's going to give me 6x cubed. Then we have 3x times 7x, which is 21x squared. 3x times 8, negative 24x. Negative 5 times 2x squared is negative 10x squared. And negative 5 times 7x is negative 35x. And negative 5 times 8 is negative 40, but it's minus negative 40, so it's plus. And if you see any that have the same variable and same exponent, you combine them. So we can combine the 21. Then we go to the next one, which is 3 terms times 3 terms. So you're going to have to do distributive property of each of the first first trinomial's terms to each of the second trinomial's terms. So it's going to be similar to what we just did, but just a little bit more work. So you have m squared that you have to distribute. So I would write that first. So m squared times 4m squared plus or minus m squared times 7m plus m squared times 5. And we have to distribute the 2m. So 2m times 4m squared minus 2m times 7m plus 2m times 5, and then we have to distribute the 3, or the negative 3. So negative 3 times the first term, second term, and third term. So negative 3 times 4m squared minus negative 3 times 7 and then minus or plus negative 3 times 7m plus negative 3 times 5. So now we have to multiply everything out. So we have m squared times 4m squared is 4m to the 4th minus m squared times 7m, so negative 7m cubed, plus m squared times 5, so plus 5m squared. And then we have the next line. So that's going to be 2m times 4m squared, so that's 8m cubed. Then you have negative 2m times 7m, which is minus 14m. And then plus 2m times 5, which is plus 10m. Or this is 14m squared, sorry. That's the second line. Then we keep going. And you have negative 3 times 4m squared, which is negative 12m squared. Negative 3, or minus negative 3 times 7, which is plus 21m. And then negative 3 times 5, which is minus 15. So we've simplified all of them. Now we need to combine like terms. So we have 4m to the 4th. There's nothing else with a 4 as the exponent, so we keep it as 4m to the 4th. We can combine this negative 7m cubed plus the 8m cubed and get 1m cubed, or just m cubed. Then we can combine the 5m squared minus the 14m squared minus the 12m squared. So that's going to give me negative 26m squared plus 5, so that's negative 21m squared. And then you have 8m cubed. We already combined those. So now we just have the m's. So 10m plus 20m, or 21m, is going to be plus 31m. And then minus 15, there's nothing to combine with. So this would be my answer. And we have one more word problem here. It says a contractor is building a deck around a rectangular swimming pool. The deck is X feet from every side of the pool. Write an expression for the total area of the pool deck. So area of a rectangle is L times W. So if each part of the pool is X feet from every side, it would look something like this. So this would be X, this would be X, this would be X, this would be X, this would be X. So if you have, and this would be X. So on each side, so the length would be X plus X. Or the length would be, okay, so I'm going to redraw it to make it a little bit clearer. If it says the pool is 25 feet long and 20 feet wide, and we know that each part has X added to it, let me show you what it would look like. You have the pool surrounded by the deck, so the length of the pool is 25 feet. And the width of the pool is 20 feet, but each side has an X and an X, and then also for the width it has an X and an X. So the whole length of the pool is really X plus 25 plus X, or 2X plus 25, times the width, which is going to be 2x plus 20. So you multiply them together, you get 4x squared. You could use the FOIL method. Then you have the outer, which is 2x times 20, or 40x. Inner, 25 times 2x, which is 50x. And last, 25 times 20 is 500. So we can combine the 40x plus the 50x to be 90x, and we get 4x squared plus 90x plus 500 would represent the area of the pool. And that concludes lesson 8.3.